I also heard something about fasting to do with the day before Pesach. Could you talk about that a little bit? What is that?
So there is a custom of the firstborn child in a family fasting on the day leading into the Seder, right? So again, if the Seder starts Friday night, this would be Friday during the day that the traditional fast would begin.
Is it a sun-up to sundown fast?
No, it is, it's a sun-up to sundown fast. That's correct. So it's not a 24-hour fast, but rather a daylight hours fast. So that would be the traditional period of fasting for the firstborn child, because the firstborn in Egypt died during the 10th plague.
Okay.
And so there's this extra spiritual practice for a firstborn. However, we have a loophole to allow people to eat, because God forbid you should come to Seder hungry, which actually we really don't want you to do, because we want you to be able to enjoy the Seder and relish each of its steps and each of the prayers. So being starving is not a good thing.
Right.
Not too hungry. Hungry enough to eat matzah, but not too hungry. And so there's a beautiful custom of saying what can get the firstborn children to have fulfilled their obligation and then be able to eat is hosting something called a siyum. A siyum is a ceremony where one has completed learning a large body of Jewish literature.
Okay.
It could be a part of the Mishnah, a part of the Talmud, a large quantity of sacred literature. And when one finishes learning that literature, they would traditionally host a meal of friends to celebrate the holiness of what they've learned and to share a bit of that wisdom of what they gathered with those around them. And because we always conclude happy celebrations with food, you have to have food at the end of a siyum. So it's traditional where there will be in a community, as we have here at Anshe Emet, someone will have completed some quantity of learning, will share it with the community, and then all those firstborns who are hoping they can have an excuse to eat from then and until the beginning of Pesach now have that opportunity.
Okay.
I mean, that's a neat ritual that we have here. And it's also nice because it means that you enter Pesach with a bit of learning under your arm.